What is up, YouTube? Tammy Husband here, and this video is for the stluka1 tattoo contest. I was having a little issue with figuring out how I was going to show my tattoos, because those of you that have seen me live and in person and even in some pictures, I do have basically what amounts to 2 full sleeves, and without having a decent camera, it was going to be really hard for me to kind of show you all that. So I thought the easiest way to do it is to show you a Facebook album I have that actually has my tattoos. Most of them are done pictures. There is the one with my left arm, the color arm, that isn't completely done in the pictures, but you kind of get the idea of what it looks like. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up that album and I'll show you. Alright, so hopefully we can do this right. Alright, so I'm going to kind of go in chronological order here. Did you like that? I used a big word. Alright, my very first tattoo is actually contained right here. It's actually a part of my color sleeve now. I actually have a color arm and a dark arm. And the reason that is because I always felt, you know, I was competing with the dark and the light, and so I figured, you know, I'd do a little yin and yang with my own arm. So obviously this is the Egyptian Ankh, and it's the symbol for eternal life. I believe Bert Cat talked about this as well in his video. And the DRC, that stands for my little brother, Damian Robert Castro. He passed away in July of '91 due to a farming accident. So I felt it was very appropriate for me to have that be my first ever tattoo. Still one of my favorites because it holds so much special meaning to me. But that is that one. Number 2 was this guy up here. No special meaning to it at all. I saw an ESPN, the magazine cover story with Jason Giambi in it, and he had a very similar looking tattoo to this. So I kind of went down to this gentleman in Madison who actually did my first tattoo, and he free-handed this on my arm. I'm not 100% happy with it. It did turn out pretty cool. But the one that Jason Giambi has on his arm, I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's just really fierce looking compared to this one. This one looks more like he's crazy. Alright, so then number 3, which is also contained in my color sleeve, are these 2 symbols here. I got it soon after my daughter was born. This kanji right here, that is for wife. And this one down here is for daughter. Next one was this gross thing here. I went to this horrible tattoo place in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin called Public Enemy, and this guy ground on my arm for 4 hours on this thing. It is an armband. It goes all the way around on my right arm. The worst experience I've ever had with a tattoo. I've never been back to that place. I talk shit about it to everybody I know because they're just terrible, and they've continued to get that reputation as a terrible tattoo place. So that is when I finally decided I was going to stay in town. I kept hearing this great stuff about this awesome tattooer in town named Aaron, and he's been my tattooer ever since. He's the only guy I let do my tattoos. So the first tattoo he ever did for me was this symbol, and some of you might know what band this is from, some don't. This is from the band Cold. They've always held a special place in my heart. Started listening to them after my mom passed. And they just have that kind of, that moody music, that kind of, it helps me. Moody music has always helped me weather my own inner turmoil of storms. So that's that one. The one directly after it, this is pretty self-explanatory. The angel and the mom thing, this is actually a flash. For those who don't know what flash are, that's what they have up on their boards. They're ready to go. You just point it out. They put it on your arm. I did have him change this because usually the angel's kind of looking at you all powerful. I had him change the angel to actually, you know, mourning on the gravesite. And I believe the next one I got was this. From my favorite all-time movie, my favorite all-time quote out of that movie, "What up, Sictifer?" brother in crow arms. It says, "Victims, aren't we all?" And if you've never seen the movie The Crow, you're not going to understand it. If you have, you do understand it. All right, next one. I'm a deeply, I won't say religious person, but I'm a man of faith. I believe there's something out there that's greater than us. So that depicts that for me. I am in no way a Bible thumper. I am not going to judge people. I'm not going to put you down for your beliefs, as long as you don't put me down for my beliefs. And that's how I roll with my life. Now I got this one next, just because at this point I wanted to start filling up my arms. I had made the decision I wanted to have sleeves. So this was the perfect accompaniment to this guy, was this guy, the Crown of Thorns. Oh, let's see. I think next then was the dragon. This guy took, oh God, I think 10 hours or so. Still so badass to me. Wanted a traditional dragon on my arm. The dragon represents strength and protection and all that, and you know, it's just, that's how I feel, especially with my wife and kids. I want to be their protector. I want to be their dragon. So, I mean, the detail, the picture showing you right now on camera doesn't do it justice, but the detail in this guy is just amazing, and it's held up over all these years. It's probably the one tattoo I have that's really never needed a lot of touching up. There's the body right there and the flames, talons. Some more angles of it. But yeah, just one of my favorite all-time tattoos. I mean, I love all my tattoos, but this guy, just the color is so striking when you see it in person. But yeah. Next. This is from the band Coheed and Cambria. Why would I put a band? Well, obviously I put band tattoos on me because, you know, I fall in love with bands, and if they have a symbol, I put it on me. But this band I found pretty much right after my mom died, and I went through so much shit after that happened. I couldn't stay sober. I was basically trying to kill myself with booze. And this band, I heard a song of theirs, I think on like MTV2 when they still played music videos. Fell in love with it. Back cataloged a bunch of their albums. I think they had 2 at the time, so not a bunch, but 2. And they really pulled me out of the storm I was in and got me through it. So I think I've seen them now 6 times in concert. I'll see them every frickin' time they come to Wisconsin. So this is their dragonfly symbol. They also have a keywork symbol, which I plan on getting somewhere. Right now I just have arm tattoos, but you know, it might be a back of the neck thing or, you know, back thing, whatever. But it's a really cool symbol, the dragonfly and the keywork. Just, you know, if you want to see what the keywork looks like, just type in Google Coheed and Cambria keywork symbol, and that's what that looks like. All right, now the big boy. Like I said, this was going to be really hard for me to show on my phone, but I do have a Biomech sleeve. Those of you that met me at Nationals saw it in full glory. This was still, I took pictures during the process of it. So this stuff is all colored in now green, and my elbow's red, and you know, there's a skull right here that's intertwined in it. Yeah, I just fell in love with the look of Biomech, and Aaron hooked me up with a pretty sweet tattoo. It's not 100% finished because, you know, I just haven't had the time or the money to do it the second pass. But once I get that done, the colors are going to be a lot brighter again. It has kind of faded a little bit over time. I think the last time I sat in a chair was about 3 or 4 years ago. So, yeah. That is all of my tattoos. So far, all on the arms. I'm thinking about getting something on the legs here soon. It is a disease. It is a sickness. Once you get one and you like it, you never really turn back. So, that's that. So, hopefully you liked it. That's all I got for you. See you around the bend.